Hey, what's up, dance teachers? It is your girl, Miss B, and we are tuned in to a Monday morning edition of Coach Chat Live. I know y'all have had a busy weekend. I know it's not competition season right now, but some of you guys are still competing, depending on what type of dance you are into. For my majorette girlies, I'm sure you guys had some competitions this weekend, and I bet y'all killed it. And I bet some of y'all killed it, like literally. But anyway, my name is Miss B. I am your dance studio guru. I love teaching people how to start, scale, and grow their dance business. Now, on certain day, I've been teaching dance since I opened my studio in 2009. But before that, I was a member. I was a vice president of marketing dance theater at FAMU. I danced throughout high school. I danced in middle school, all the way back to elementary school. So your girl knows what she's talking about when it comes to dance. Hold on just a second. And so, since then, after I had my dance studio for several years, we won competitions from everywhere, from Las Vegas to Alabama, Florida, Charlotte, like all over the place. And so, after I owned my dance studio for all of those years, I came back home to Atlanta. And once I got here, I was the dance coach for Tucker High School's Golden Dynasty dance team, as well as I started teaching dance in Atlanta public schools at KIP. Metro Atlanta, Kip Strive Academy. And so, if there's one thing I know is I know dance. And so, with that being said, let me tell you about the business side of everything. Now, since 2019, I have um, been running a tax franchise, and it's so beautiful because I've been able to really learn business. I've been able to learn the franchising model. Not only that, but I've also been learning how to do business, taxes, tax write-offs, schedule C's, how to license 501c3s for nonprofits, and so many other things, credit repair, like so many other things that I felt like was so necessary to dance, because a lot of these dance teachers don't know business. A lot of us know how to dance, but we do not know how to run a business. We don't know how to monetize our skills accordingly. We don't know how to market properly. And we, can sometimes get into a creative slump. And so that's my job, is to help you get out of those financial situations, as well as create a marketing plan and be able to come up with innovative and new choreography and routines, utilizing AI and AI technology. Okay. And so I just wanted to do a introduction. I know that's a lot being said, but your girl knows what she's talking about. That's all. Your girl knows what she's talking about. And so, because I know what I'm talking about, I have questions that come off of people email them to me. I get them in Facebook messages. I get them in not just Facebook messages. I get them on Instagram, on TikTok, and they all, are very similar to the same thing that everybody asks all the time. Everybody wants to know certain questions or certain things just about dance, how to run a dance studio, how to run a dance business. But what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to pull a few of these questions that I've seen, and I'm going to give you my answers, so that way you guys can kind of put together some thoughts, because maybe you have these type of situations going on within your studio or on your team. And what I feel like you could do is take some of these strategies, utilize them, and hopefully it will make your studio life better. Okay. All right. Yes. All right. So, question number one: I've been teaching a good while and never had any problems with my little one's classes. I have two classes, a creative movement type and a little acro. Most kids are in both classes. The ages are from 2 to 4. Today was the first class and it was complete chaos. Kids all over the place screaming, not listening, wouldn't stand on their dots, just threw them around. Lining up was impossible. Any advice? I had two assistants who are great with the kids, but we couldn't get control. I did change things up when I realized everything weren't doing wasn't working. Warm ups were a disaster. Across the floor was a disaster. Lining up to crawl through a tunnel and to do small obstacle courses with kids everywhere. In the end, I was tired and out of ideas and put on a baby shark and a freeze dance song. Girl, do you better? I would say that I half of their attention, but not all of it. Help. I don't know why I'm stuck here. I am normally so good at thinking on my feet and getting a quick fix, but not today. Should add all three parents withdrew their kids because they should I add three parents withdrew their kids because they said it was nuts. That hurt. All right, so coach, think about this. Um, all right. So I think that you, first of all, kudos to you for even taking them that young from 2 to 4, because I didn't start, I won't take 2 year olds. So kudos to you for that. I start at 4 personally, just because of that same reason. Their attention span is not going to last that long. And honestly, for a first time in a class like this, that's probably something that you should have expected because they've never been in a structured situation like this where they got somebody telling them what to do, how to do it, and how to move. Now, another thing is you are able to what you should do is kind of have something in place for when they are going crazy. You need to have something for them to be able to do, something for them to like, make them have a seat, or make them not put them in timeout, because you don't want to do that with a 2 year old, but maybe make it a little bit more free for the first day or the first 2 days. That way they can get used to being in the system. They can get used to being in the not just in the system, but they can get used to being in an environment like that with other kids, because some of them haven't done that. Like my daughter, if I put her in a class like that, she would be all over the place because she's never been in a structured situation like that, and she's 2. So I would have probably just you know not started that young, but definitely kudos to you for doing that and being able to take that and put something together where you can have something structured for them to be able to do, that's not as structured as you would for the older kids classes. And so if you don't do that, then you're going to have chaos and you're going to have people withdrawing. But if you do have something in place to where you can say, hey, I know it's a little crazy today, guys, maybe not a full 30 minutes or maybe not a full hour or however long, maybe you should shorten their class in the beginning, even at a discounted rate, and help them and then just gradually build them up to where they can be there for that full amount of time. But I would not be trying to keep no 2 year olds for an hour. I probably would keep them about 30 minutes or so. And then after that, then I probably, say, all right, once they turn 4 into the 5 year olds, now we're getting into the 45-minute and the 1 hour classes. Okay. So hopefully that helps. But definitely you need to have something in place that when they do start to kind of be everywhere, you can, like you say, put on Baby Shark, or you can put on one of those creative YouTube videos where they have to jump and grab and run and do all of this kind of physical stuff, instead of just sitting there trying to get the dance moves together. All right, so I hope that helps. All right, so question number 2. Okay, this is another one that I have seen have several different things happening at the same time. All right, hold on. This is Tyra. Of course, she's going to show mid video and try to be on it. All right. So, with that being said, thoughts on teaching in the studio with cameras so parents can log in to watch. I've been teaching a good while and never had any problems. Oh, okay. So sorry, that's the first question. Thoughts on teaching a studio with cameras so parents can log in to watch. I like that, but I don't like it. I like it if the cameras are only closed circuit cameras. Now, if you have a studio where you have monitors or TVs inside, Tyra, really? Uh-oh. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, so back to it. Thoughts on teaching in a studio with cameras so parents can log in to watch. Now, I personally like cameras inside of the studios where parents can watch on the inside. If they can watch from the waiting room or they can watch from a monitor that's, in a separate area, I like that. I don't necessarily like for people to be able to log in to actually watch my dance class because otherwise I should just let you come in and sit down, and I'm not going to do that because I don't need you all in our business saying, hey, I think it should be like that. And I, think that why did you do this to my daughter and move them around and all of this kind of stuff when they can't see what you see through your eyes. So you're doing something to benefit the overall routine or the whole overall dance or the choreography or whatever it is, the show. And parents only see their child. They don't see everybody and realizing that everybody is a part of it. And so, yes, I like cameras only if they're closed circuit. If you can get it to where they can log in, to where maybe they have a link, I would only do that for dress rehearsal. I probably would not do that for every class. Okay. I think it'd be a little bit too much, and parents already be doing too much. So instead of letting them be all up in your business like that, you just allow them to, log, just watch from inside the studio, or when it's time to have a good solid, like I said, dress rehearsal or whatever it is, then you should be able to go in there and you where they can log in and watch it. Okay. All right. Question number 3. What course of action would you take if a teacher at your studio was using a different dance area? I'm not going to say what it is, to work on solo choreography with one of your soloists to bypass studio pricing. I'm not sure what she means by that. All right. What course of action would you take if a teacher at your studio is using link dance area to work on solo choreography with one of your soloists by bypassing studio pricing? So if Okay, so that's kind of a twofold question because I would want to know, do you give your teachers a discounted rate, or is this dancer paying the dance teacher personally to choreograph a piece for her, and now they're using another space for her to choreograph on your dancer? Then yeah, I probably would say something, because you have taken my dancer somewhere else to practice a routine that's either for me or is not for me. Okay, hold on just a second. 400. All right. So, all right. So, yeah, I probably would say something. Maybe the first time, yes. The second time, I'll probably give her some type of write up or some type of disciplinary action. And then the third time, I probably wouldn't let her go. I may just like not allow her to work on solos with soloists. But you know, I don't know. It the studio pricing mean that you're charging her to use the studio? Like that's crazy because I don't think I would charge one of my teachers to use the studio that they work at. Like that's kind of wild. And I don't know what I would do. All right, question number 4. Okay, how do you onboard a dance teacher? What documents do I need and how do I put them on payroll? Um, how do you onboard a dance teacher? Okay, so the first thing you do is you create a application just like they're filling out for a job. After you allow them to fill out this job application, you are going what I do, I'm always like, hey, send me your links, send me any videos, any choreography you've done. Do you dance with your high school dancing? Like send me whatever you have. That way I can know that this is you dancing. Okay. Once you do that, you get their application, you bring them in for an interview. What I always do with my new instructors, I bring them in for like just a vibe session with me and them, where we just come in and we just kind of be dancing. I'm like, help me make this dance routine up. And some of them can do it and some of them can't. And then you figure out a way to utilize people differently because you kind of vetted them through that process. Once they go through that next round, I personally have a contract. So going back to the last question, I probably would have had something like that in my contract where you can utilize the studio for certain reasons. But I feel like if you have that kind of stuff in your contract already, you don't have those issues. So what I would have done, I mean, oh sorry. So I would have so you already have the application, you got their references, aka their videos or whatever, and then you have your contract. I always sign a liability waiver, a liability waiver. But also make sure you have insurance on them as well, because what you don't want to happen is them to get hurt in your studio and then they try to sue you because they done pulled their hamstring and now they can't work because they can't dance, and now you're going through litigation and all this extra kind of stuff because you did not have insurance or a liability waiver on your instructors, not just your dancers, but your instructors as well. And so you can streamline this process with different apps and different dance studio service softwares, and that will allow. I do have a video about dance studio software, so check that. You can also get my dance studio survival kit, which will allow you to have all of those documents in there. Okay. And not just that, but so much other stuff that will help you get your studio up and running for this fall season. Okay. So I think that's good for right now. That's like 4 questions. Let me squeeze in one more. Hold on. Let me go back. Okay. Let's see. All right. Second turns. Do you prep turned out or parallel? That is totally up to you, darling. That is totally up to you. Because people do it both ways. So I want you guys to comment below to let me know that you made it to the end of this video. Do you do second turns? Do you prep turned out or do you prep parallel? Let me know how you guys start second turns, and I like how this is going to shape up. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and look, click the link below so you can join our community where we are a group of like-minded dance teachers, dance studio owners, dance coaches, where we come, we are unified, we discuss different things. I bring to you weekly Q&A conversations in our private community. You can work with me personally, and I look forward to meeting you guys, but you got to get in the group. Okay, get in the community. Come and see us, y'all. All right, until next time, it's your girl, Miss B, and I will see you at Connecting the Lines.